Welcome to What the the Honey Boo Boo of talk shows. Let's get a preview of tonight's show from before the last one before the Mayan apocalypse from Timothy Walton in our legal department. Timothy, what do we have in store for tonight's show?
Welcome to What the Tonight, the panel will determine to seek the answers to the following eternal questions. Can money buy happiness? Can money buy friends? Is that guy looking at you funny? Is your TV looking at you funny? Let's get started.
Thanks a lot, Timothy. We'll see you at the end of the show. The cream rises to the top of an homogenized milk, but this is more like a low-flow toilet. Let's meet our panelists. In the far chair, she oozes so much class, a DeVry College forms wherever she pees. It's the host of the Jenny Lynn Show, it's Jenny Lynn Glee. In the middle chair, he's the host of Keith Explains, it's Keith Statenfield. If Woody Observations was a fire station, firemen would slide down his pole. In between them, it's the host of the award-winning show, John Wants Answers, it's John A. Vink. If probing questions was a crack house, drug dealers would gangbang him. Issue number 1. Wide and shallow or narrow and deep, is your happiness dependent on the friends you keep? Whether one should have a large circle of superficial friends or a small group of close friends may be dependent on your socioeconomic condition. According to researchers from the University of Virginia and London School of Business, high mobility and income favors having a large and shallow group of friends, while having a few close friends is more optimal if you are stuck, physically and economically. More mobility means your friends are also more likely to move, hence you should spread the love. Less income favors deeper friendships because blood is thicker than water. I think we have an illustration of the concept here. That was the transition from the large and superficial group of friends to the small, intimate group of friends. But anyways. Hey, Jenny Lynn, you buying this? Agree or disagree? Having a large group of friends is dependent upon your socioeconomic status.
To some extent, I agree.
Okay.
Because when you are popular, more people want to be in with you, in on your circle.
Right.
And I think when you have lots of money, it's another reason why everybody wants to hang with you.
Is that why you have a humongous circle of friends?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I wish the other part was true. I wish I had a lot of money.
Yeah, there you go.
But I do have a lot of special people in my life, so.
No, you have a lot of close friends as opposed to a large circle of superficial friends versus a small group of
I think
friends?
I have a small group of close friends.
All right.
And a large group of questionable friends.
Okay. Keith, agree or disagree with this thesis?
I checked just as I got over here, and I have 1,635 friends.
And how close
And
are you
I
to that?
think that's great. And most of them, since I don't know them, would I think count as terribly shallow.
Okay.
I paid for about 1,400 of them.
Okay.
I'm not sure where the other 200 came from. I assume they're just hanger-ons.
Oh, okay. So you are definitely of the large and superficial crowd. Is that
Yes.
right?
And I'm fabulously wealthy.
Are you fabulously wealthy?
No.
Okay. Well, you are the 1%, right?
No.
Yeah, that's right.
No.
Yeah, right.
It's 1.78 maybe.
No, there you go. Well, you poor guy. You.
Yeah, it's terrible.
John, what about you? What's your take on this?
I agree. When I was poor and my friends were poor, we were close because you call up your friend and you say, hey, you want to do something tonight? And they never had plans. They didn't have tickets to the game. They didn't have tickets to a concert. They weren't flying out of town because they had no money.
Right.
So since everyone's poor, they had to stick where they were and just hang out. And
Right.
so you all became close friends.
And then now that you're rolling large?
Now that I'm rich, well, I have no social life.
You
So
have
I'm
no-
still available every night
Okay.
for friends. But my other friends, who are also now wealthy, are flying around to like Wisconsin or Missouri.
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 Fabulous.
Missouri.
It's the show me state.
All,
me
all,
what.
all those exotic locales, right?
Yeah.
All that cheese. And
Everyone's
corn.
always got plans.
Everyone's got
doing
plans?
Something. So now we're not close anymore.
Okay. But do you have a larger circle of superficial friends then?
I would still say I have a small circle of close friends,
Okay.
and my bigger circle is not so big.
So yeah, okay. All right. But between the two, which would you prefer to have?
I think a smaller circle.
Okay.
You want some real bros
Okay.
on your side.
So you're not one of the guys that think I can have it all.
I can't have it all.
Okay.
No.
How about you, Keith?
Where,
Which one?
where would I put it?
There you go. What would your preference be?
I would mostly like to be feared.
You have to be feared.
Feared by the vast majority of the populace. Perhaps a small inner circle
Okay.
of associates or
Accomplices.
accomplices would be a good word. Unindicted
Minions?
potential war criminals.
Your
I think is what the Hague might eventually
Also
say.
known as your alibi.
Well, when you're the court system, you don't need alibis.
Oh, that's true. So you just want few friends in high places.
No, I want to be the guy in the high place.
Okay. All right.
I want to be surrounded by hangers-ons and kiss-up yes men.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you have a plan for that?
I do. It is not working.
It's not working?
No.
You mean that climbing up the local political ladder here in Santa
No, it's
Clara is
not
not
working at all.
Okay. You're not moving up the machine?
No.
Jenny Lynn, if you had your druthers, what would you prefer to have? A small group of close friends or a large group of superficial friends?
Most definitely a small group of close friends.
Okay.
Well, because you can depend on them.
So you're happy right now, as you are.
I'm happy right now.
And how's your social and economic mobility doing?
I'm hanging in there, rolling with it. Some days are better than some.
In this economy, I think that's all you can aspire to, right?
Exactly, you know.
Okay.
But there's the ones that are really my friends are still around.
All right. Now, I know you have kids. You don't have. Neither of you two have kids. But if you guys had kids, which one would you aspire? Which would you ask your kids to do? Which one would you advise your children to aspire to?
Well, I would recommend my daughters try to marry rich,
Okay.
and I would recommend my sons try to marry rich.
Okay. Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
How about you,
yeah.
John?
Sound advice. But yeah, small group, close friends.
Okay.
I think it'll get you out of jam better than superficial. See, superficial friends don't get you out of jams.
No.
Right.
And
The
they
close
never
ones
come
do.
when you ask to marry something.
You know?
How about you, Jenny Lynn? What would you advise your daughters?
To marry people who are good.
Oh yeah, that's easy, right?
Yeah.
They have a big sign on that says good
Well,
and
you know.
evil.
Well, there's so many people that marry
Match.com has
rich.
a little meter, I think.
I think, yeah.
I haven't been there.
Rich comes with its problems, right?
Ah.
So you have to decide which one you want. Do you want the wealth in terms of the monetary stuff, or do you want someone who's rich in terms of being reliable and being that you can depend on?
Okay.
And,
Here's the thing: if you're rich, you can rent reliable.
Not very reliably.
No, you can. It's not hard at all. You put it up on Craigslist,
Yeah.
and you get a bunch of
Craigslist.
guys.
All right. Okay, let's go to issue number 2. Will you grin if you can make it rain Benjamins? Researchers at the University of Illinois have found that rising income does lead to rising happiness, contrary to the popular adage. However, happiness for more money depends on people being optimistic about having high desires and the average person being actually able to afford more things rather than just merely having more money per se, according to researchers. This appears to have resolved the Easterlin paradox. You guys have all heard about that, right?
Of course,
Which found that while rich people are happier than poor people, having a higher income doesn't necessarily follow up with a jump in happiness. Yeah, that's so eloquent. I believe we have research footage here.
That's $125. I told Jack that I was going to throw the money up in the air, and whatever he catches, he can keep. What do you think about that, Jack? How much do you think you're going to catch today?
125.
Okay, well, you can try. And I wish the best of luck to you. Ready? Okay. Count down, Jack.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yes!
He
got lucky.
looked pretty happy to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. All
That's why
right.
they used to do in those phone booths where they blow it up from the floor and they blindfold you.
Yeah, Keith, you agree or disagree with this thesis?
I think money can do a pretty good job of renting happiness if it can't actually buy it.
All right.
A lot of the time.
Yeah.
But I think more so it's not necessarily that if you have money, you're happy.
Right.
But I think if you don't have money,
You're pretty
you're
miserable.
not happy.
You're not happy?
So it just skews the numbers.
Yes. Okay. So, okay. What about, John, what are you thinking? What's your
think,
take?
I think money makes you happier as you move up the tiers. Like if you're in the dirt poor tier,
Right.
as long as you're in that tier, if you get more money, but you're still in that tier, you're still gonna be sad. But when you jump to the just poor, you become happier. And you
Okay.
stay that amount of happiness if you get more money until you get to the not poor,
Honey Boo Boo.
I guess. So
Okay.
it's all about tiers.
So it's about climbing?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but doesn't that mean that, but part of climbing is getting more money, right?
Yeah. So little bits of new money won't make you necessarily more happier.
Okay. But if you win the lottery?
Oh, that's a whole nother ballpark.
Okay.
Yeah, who knows about that?
All right.
That ruins lives, right?
It could be.
Ruins
That's
lives.
what I've heard. I'm waiting to find out.
Jenny Lynn, what's your take?
Well, as far as I can see from I've never been rich, but the people that I've seen around me who have been,
The person who drives a Mercedes Benz at the station is never rich.
Yeah, yeah.
all I can say is based on what I've seen of the people that I know who are really rich. I don't think that it necessarily buys you happiness. I think it eliminates a certain level of stress
Right.
because you can afford the things you need and you don't have to worry about it as much as those of us who has to work very hard to make sure we take care of those things. But people who have it in excess, I'm just looking at them going, it doesn't buy you happiness because a lot of them have had to deal with situations and their money couldn't fix.
Okay.
So I would have to say it doesn't.
Now, you guys, there was a recent study that came out after I did my stories about why people who win the lottery aren't happy. And the thesis goes that because the money was not earned and it's a large sum of money, that they're not that's the reason they're not happy, because deep down inside they feel they don't deserve it. You guys buy that or not? I'll throw it out to the table.
I'd be happy. Let's test this.
Yeah,
Give
this
me
is-
some money, and I'll evaluate
A lot of money.
how happy I am
I wish
after
I had a large sum of money to
some
give
amount
you.
of time.
I wish it, but does that sound plausible to you, or just nah?
No, my suspicion is people that win the lottery don't have experience managing lots of money, and so
Right.
they probably don't do the greatest thing. I also think that the people that win the lottery and then do really well don't have stories written about them. So you tend to hear about the guys that win the lottery and then declare bankruptcy 7 years later because they spent all their money
So
on.
you missed that Hollywood special on lottery winners.
Well, again, if you won the lottery 20 years ago and you're doing great now, when you get a call from a television producer that says, we want you to be on TV, you're going to be like, no, thank you. I don't want people to know where I live.
Okay. All right. So, hey, can you make money doing what you like, working from home? John Vink will tell us what he discovered reviewing gay porno movies after our next break.
What?
And we're back from our first break. Issue number 3. Would a boob tube you view if it can Google you? Cable boxes of the future may be able to detect when viewers are cuddling on the sofa and automatically serve an ads for contraceptives. U.S. cable provider Verizon has applied for a patent for a set-top box technology that can observe what's going on in the room and show the viewers ads based on what they detect. The technology would integrate a range of sensors into their products, including thermal imaging, cameras, microphones, and motion sensors to detect the mood of their audience and tailor the content to suit. Now, since we are a cable access station, we got our hands on some of this technology, and here's some of the footage that we were able to capture for our show. Yeah, I think that one served up a kitty litter commercial for some reason.
That's my assumption.
Hey, John, is this a
Yes.
good idea or bad idea?
Good idea. I'm all in favor of advertisers spying on me and collecting all my data because I'm going to have to watch ads anyways.
All right.
So why not have ads cater to me that I am interested in instead of cars and feminine products and
So it doesn't bother you that
Self-lubricating things.
Yeah, it doesn't bother you if someone knows what you're doing.
no. I'm just, some guy they can't track individually to is what the privacy policy always says.
Yeah, you believe that?
Oh yeah.
And you're in the technology sector, right?
Yes, yes. I believe in my overlords.
You believe in your overlords? Okay, that's what you at least tell them, right? Jenny Lynn, how about you?
I think that they're going too far, that they're just taking away all people's rights to be private. I mean, they won't find anything on me that will be juicy or anything, but I just think that if you just can't have privacy on your sofa at
Wait a minute.
night,
So what type of ads do you think you'll be served if this technology is applied to you?
well, you'd be surprised what they would come up with on some of those sofas.
Yeah.
Not mine.
Oh yeah, but if they had a sensor on you watching TV, what type of ads? do you
Probably
think you
they'd
would
be
get?
like, "Oh my God, she's such an old woman. After 5 minutes there, she's sleeping."
think
They'll
she-
probably just have me sounding like I'm hauling logs, because
Oh,
I'll
so-
be snoring
Okay, so
after 5 minutes.
So like things that will help you be regular, right? Stool softener,
Something like that. Yeah.
sleep aid, sleeping
yeah.
pills.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
that's-
that.
Really? Okay.
Boring
Alright.
stuff.
Hey Keith, what do you think? Good idea or bad idea?
I think it's a fine idea.
Right.
But on the other hand, I think we should start to organize flash mobs
Right.
that portray little plays in front of your television sets,
Right.
just to confuse the advertisers.
Okay. All right. Yeah. What? You think they would use this for Playboy TV or Spice Channel?
I don't think so.
Why not?
It's all the same. Every person watching that channel is doing the same thing.
Yeah. So what type
What,
of
what
ads?
can they learn? What can they possibly learn
Yeah,
about someone?
yeah.
What
Yeah.
type of ads do you think they would
Watch
serve
more
up?
Spice Channel.
You're at the right place, baby.
Yeah. Don't change the channel. We got more of that.
Would this technology, knowing this technology exists, would it change the type of TV that you watch? I'll throw it out to the table.
No. Sadly, I watch a lot of TV news, and truthfully, I think if they had this and they were observing me, I would see ads for keyboard and screen cleaners.
Oh, okay.
Because primarily I'm sitting on my couch in front of the television typing on my laptop.
No, they'll have ads for current TV. Right? Because you're
But I,
angry.
but I, why would you advertise?
Because you're watching the news and you're angry at it. Then they'll just, there you go, pretty much.
That's possible.
All right. Okay.
It'd be great if my cable box could know when I have had enough of the news and just turn it off. Like, look, here's 6 minutes of kittens, Keith.
You never know. It could be.
That would be.
It could. Or you might tailor the news to make you feel better. Would that disturb you?
No, that wouldn't disturb me.
Make you feel extra good, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's how they get us. All right. Oh, let's go to issue number 4. If you want to know what a man's thinking, should you just see where his eyes are blinking? Research at the University of Lincoln in the United Kingdom, Go Running Rebels, has found that how a man looks at a woman's body can tell you how into sex he is. A new finding that does not play when the gender roles are reversed. Researchers had previously discovered that when young men looked at images of women close to them in age, their eyes were drawn to the chest and waist-hip region. These two regions are likely to be important signals for whether a man is interested in breasts, to see if the woman is sexually mature, and the waist-hip ratio suggesting her ability to carry a child. Men don't show the same oogling pattern when looking at older women or children, thank God, suggesting that sizing up may be a signal of sexual interest. I think we have some of the research footage here.
Hey guys, have you ever wondered what goes on behind your back? Well, we figured out a way to bust people, so check out AskCam. We're going to take this on the street and you're going to come with us, so.
Back and forth to the beat, don't sleep, girl, show 'em how you work that ass. Fellas who keep that fish on lock and know how to keep their lady rock. Love for two-step, beat breaks, sweat speakers, spit so damn. I got something bigger for you, buying that fish they sell in stores. I rocks like rhymes, quick double time. Wanna test my shine, but I stay fly.
Hey, Jenny Lynn, that was really nice of you to help your friend out there. But I think Bobby Chastain said that was your best camera work ever.
Was the music playing when they were taping that? Because I could see why everyone's looking at it then.
No, I don't think the music was playing at it.
Bobby promised not to tell.
Well, you have to take it up with him at the
I
next
can't wait
meeting.
to catch up with him.
All right. So, Jenny Lynn, where a man looks tells you if he's interested in you. You buy it or not.
Absolutely.
All
I'm
right.
a woman.
Do you notice where a man's looking at you when he's talking to you or looking at you?
Yes, and sometimes I just want to go slap them.
Ah, okay. So
No,
they are looking at those places?
If it's not always me. I see them looking at other women. Not looking, oogling.
Oogling?
Yes,
Are they
a lot of times.
oogling those bodily regions?
Yeah, you see them sometimes in the malls. You see them, and they're looking at young women. You know.
And does that bother you at all?
Yes, because I have young women. I have 2 young women, and it
Daughters,
would,
right?
Yes, and I would not like to see anybody looking at them the way I see some guys looking at other people's daughters.
Okay. Yeah, and you as opposed to you're upset that they're not looking at you that way?
Oh. Yes, Jim, that's the problem. Like, why the hell are you not looking at me like that?
You need a camera.
You need a camera.
And
they were looking at you like
apparently
that on the
speakers.
camera there, right?
No, I just think it's disgusting because, you know, these are the kind of people we think that may end up raping somebody's child. So from that perspective,
No, I think it's all heterosexual men in general,
it's all of them.
except for the gay ones, right?
Well, I missed that part, but that makes it even worse then.
Right. Keith, what's your take on this?
I think guys look at women.
Yeah?
And I think women look at guys.
No. Remember,
It's the circle of life, if I recall that movie correctly.
according to the study, it did not apply to women.
No, they
looking
didn't
at
glance
men.
up and down, but they still look.
Well, yeah, but they don't oogle. I
Yeah.
think was the. Or don't tell me. Maybe there's nothing to oogle, right?
There's nothing,
There's nothing to-
I've seen a lot of dudes, and there's little to oogle.
Jenny Lynn, is that right? There's nothing to oogle on a man.
I thought we were talking about the women.
Oh no,
I
but,
thought
Keith reversed it.
Here's my observation, and don't
Okay.
take this wrong. Guys are not attractive looking.
Oh no.
No, we're profoundly ugly.
ugly,
Just
yes.
I don't know what women see in us actually.
Ah.
I
His
mean,
hair in the wrong places.
yeah.
And things are bulgier than they should be.
Bulgier and
And what's that?
I mean,
mole?
we're gross.
Is
We're
that-
gross.
And
Is
of
that
course,
cancer?
I don't think it applied
It's-
to gay men, or I don't think it applied to gay men or gay women either. So, if I remember right,
I
but
just think it's a miracle humanity manages to survive from generation to generation.
yeah, who knows? All right, we are at the end of the segment. So, on our next break, can gay brothers marry under the gay marriage law, or does the incest laws trump them? Keith Statenfield will discuss the implications of the new gay marriage law after our next break. Okay, and we are back from our break. Now we are at the fact-checking segment. This is where we learn all the stuff we got wrong on the show, and for that, we turn to Timothy Walton in our legal department. Hey, Timothy, how did we do tonight?
Oi, you people drive me nuts. I hardly know where to begin. I tell you, there is just so many things to correct. Let me begin at the beginning. Jenny Lynn, you have no friends. Keith, you have no wealth. John, your friends are only interested in your money, and you cannot have it all. And let me point out that nobody said the veritable truth from this story, which is it is just as easy to fall in love with a rich man as with a poor man. And
I'm not a
in
woman.
the
so-
second story,
Oh.
the issue of whether money can buy happiness, I wonder if you read the study at all. The point of the study was that happiness depends upon whether you have the ability to acquire more stuff. Am I right, Jim?
That was one of the factors, yes.
So lottery winners already have stuff, so that's why money doesn't make them more happy.
So they've tapped out? Is that what you're saying? They've tapped out?
Cash out. Take it all, baby.
Okay. All right. All right.
Wait. I've learned an important thing from this fact-checking segment. Wait, we're supposed to read the stories before the show?
I know. Sorry. I thought I made that clear.
It would be a lot. Now that I think about it, that would be a really smart idea.
Brilliant. Brilliant there, Keith.
I thought you mailed them to us as a be sure to avoid this story on the internet for the next couple days
yeah.
because we're going to talk about it. We don't want you to run out of ideas.
Oh, kind of like the Academy Awards. Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. All right. What else you got for us, Timothy?
Well, with regards to the issue of the TV that can sense what's going on in the room, I think that you're all missing the point. Privacy is not the concern, but the accuracy. I mean, for example, if the television determines that everybody in the room is toking from a bong, how does it know whether to show an ad for Skittles or Pizza Hut?
You know, I think it really doesn't matter. Either one will work, right?
Not a Pizza Hut because Skittles doesn't deliver. There's no delivery Skittles.
You know, there used to be a delivery Skittles, but that was an internet.com company that went under.
Really?
lost the bundle on that
DeliverySkittles.com?
No,
I'm going to go register at DeliverySkittles.com.
No,
Web
Peapod.
van.
Peapod used to deliver snacks.
Oh, it was Webvan and Peapod.
Yeah, Peapod used to deliver snacks way back in the days of the .com sector. You remember those days, Keith? When
But
you
they
were...
deliver pizza all the time. Like it's not hard to get pizza for $8. You can get a pizza at your house.
Nah, there you go. So, Timothy, would that technology affect the way you watch TV?
I think the more important question than Skittles versus Pizza Hut is, will the Spice Channel know to fast forward to the good parts when you're ready?
Yo, that's a good point. That's a good point. I wouldn't know, but that is a possible application of it. That's pretty good, Timothy. But aren't you glad that this technology is currently not being developed for computer screens?
Say like Skype.
I can handle it.
And the mouse too?
What?
Jim, I have to take issue with you once again. The word is ogle, not oogle. And you know that you check out every guy's chest the minute you meet him.
Every guy's chest? No, not really.
Not every
Not
guy.
every guy's chest.
I mean, most guys.
The real benefit to society with regards to the dilation of the pupils is catching sexual predators who ogle the kids instead of the true beauty of the human female form.
Yeah, that's true, but unfortunately, I don't think we can watch predators that closely, can we? Or is it? Can we hook that up to the what?
That could be on Dateline.
That could be
on Dateline.
There you go. Chris Hansen would be out of a job then, right? That we can have that.
He'd be the guy.
He'd
He'd
the guy.
just be like walking down the street. Chris Hansen would go, "You're under arrest."
You're under arrest. There you go. We would be denied interesting gotcha
He'd be
shows.
like, "I just came from the ophthalmologist. It's the drops. It's the drops."
That's right.
I'm
That's it.
dilated.
All right, Timothy. It looks like we are at the end of our show. Thank you very much for fact checking, and good luck tomorrow on the Mayan apocalypse. All right. Hey, thank you for watching the show. Assuming we're still around after the Mayan apocalypse. Later.